It's Alicia Kay. My song Puttin' in the Work is about to come out. Comes out on August 9th. And I wanted to share the story behind the song because I'm so excited about this song, but also it took so much work. So I wanted to share the process of writing and recording it, as well as what songs it was inspired by. To start, there was 3 main inspirations for this song that I really was listening to a lot and was trying to be like, kind of like I want to write my own version of this song. Those 3 songs are Stupid Big Teeth by Emmy, Clean by Maud Latour, and Whatever We Feel by Sammy Ray and the Friends. These are 3 songs that I was listening to a lot at the time that I started writing this. Still songs I enjoy listening to and listen to, I guess, fairly frequently. And they kind of inspired me to write a song that was in a similar vein to what they are about. Like putting in the work to take care of yourself and doing what you want to do, kind of. And this was kind of my take on that premise, or one way I could take that premise. The first thing that came up for me was the first verse, and I am going to put in videos of me working through it and like kind of intersplice as I progressed and where my progress was as I went along the way. I have literally been working on this song for like years, I think, like literally years. And we'll get more into that later when I talk about the recording process as well. But the first verse is what came to me first, and I really wanted to do something with it. And like I said, it was kind of a moment where I came up with the verse because I was inspired by something else. It didn't just like quite pop into my head. I like had a direction that I was thinking in and some inspiration I was using in writing not only the first verse but the whole song. I did struggle a little bit with figuring out what I was going to say at the part where it says, I've been matching my outside body to my inside peace of mind. Hello, I'm currently editing this video and I realized I talk about the wrong part of the song here. It's not actually the part where I say matching my outside body to my inside peace of mind. I never had an issue with that. The issue that I had was with the part where it says, finally making it a place that I decide I want to be a little bit later, where I'm talking about keeping my house so clean. So it says, I've been putting in the work. I've been keeping my house so clean. Finally making it a place that I decide I want to be. That is a line that took me forever. For all of the reasons that I say for the other line, I just misremembered which line it was, but everything else is applicable. And I'm sorry, my brain did not remember correctly because it has been 2 years since I did that. And it was only when I had actually gone back and looked at the videos as I was pulling them to insert them that I remembered. Okay, thanks, bye. Because it's a long string of words, there's a lot of syllables, and I had the melody that I wanted there before I had the exact words that I wanted. So I had to take some time to think about the words that I wanted, and I worked through some things. I don't remember how much of that footage I actually kept, but I will insert what I have. And hopefully it's something.
I've been switching on my look, spend my money on thrift store, find them and match my outside body to my inside peace of mind. I've been putting in the work, been keeping my house so clean. I'm not sure how the next part's gonna work though. Okay. I've been putting in the work, I've been keeping my house so clean. I'm finally making it a place I want to be. I'm working on myself, on my mind, on my look, finding ways to be okay in my brain every day.
I am really happy with how that line turned out, though. I am actually really proud of how it sounds now when it says, I've been matching my outside body to my inside peace of mind. The other lyric that I'm like really proud of is the part where it talks about breaking the heavy habit of living for somebody else.
I'm finding what I like. Finding something living for myself. I'm breaking the heavy habit of living for somebody else.
That, for me, those are my two favorite lines in the song, I think. My two favorite lyrics. And other than that, the lyrics were pretty straightforward and simple in the writing process. Maybe not straightforward and simple, but a fairly standard writing of the lyrics. I did trial and error until I found what was right. My process often is to sing the melody and just see what comes out. And then if I'm not liking what's coming out, I will write out some words, go to the thesaurus, and like look up words that are similar. I'll go to Rhyme Zone, look up words that rhyme, right? All of these things to try to guide the words that come out. But I often just I sit and I sing and I rearrange words and I try this line first, followed by that line, and then I switch them. And this was very much that process until I found what I liked and what fit with the song and felt like it was what I was trying to say. And then I just have my two special favorite lines in the song.
I'm focusing on me. I'm putting myself first. I've been trying to prioritize and learn how to ask for help. I've been working on myself, on my mind, on my look, finding ways to be okay. In my brain, every day I'm keeping it real, no longer hiding what I feel. I've been finding what I like, finally starting living for myself. I've been breaking the heavy habit of living for somebody else. I've been focusing on me. I've been putting myself first, learning how to prioritize and be proud of, learning how to prioritize and be proud of myself. I've been finding what I like, finally starting living for myself. I've been breaking the heavy habit of living for somebody else. I've been focusing on me. I've been putting myself first, learning how to prioritize and be proud of myself.
So that was writing the song. Recording the song, a whole different story. Recording it was so hard. And recording it was hard because of a few things. I think the first thing that made recording really hard for this song was it was the first song that I have done that is this involved. So I have done the classes. I know how to do this. That was part of my degree, was learning how to do things like this. But, and there's always the but, right? But I had not done it for my own song in a while. It was all, and it was mostly geared towards like classical style music. So I had to try to remember all of those things and apply it to my poppy stuff. So that's one issue that made it. I was like trying to do this for the first time, and even though I had learned about it, there was a lot of remembering that needed to happen, and there was a lot of trial and error in this song as well on the recording end and the mixing side of things. The other thing that made it hard was I made it hard on myself. There was a point where I thought I had it done, and this was a while ago. This was like, I think last year, and I was like, it's done. And I had set the BPM to 120. And I said, good, we're done. Wash our hands of that. That's it. That's it. We're good. And then little old me decided to change it. I decided to change it because, so I thought I had it. I had a vocal I really liked. Like, I had recorded mostly everything, and I really liked the vocals. But then I listened to them again. I listened to them. I was like, these are really good. And then I listened to them again and I was like, oh, these are still really good. But I can hear the noise. And there was a lot of background noise on those vocals. And so I couldn't use them. There was too much noise. So when I had that happen, and this was at 120 BPM for like the faster parts of the song, there was a part where it changes tempo, which also made it a little bit hard to record. But that's separate. But the 120 BPM, I was getting bored of the song, and I think I was getting bored of it because I'd worked on it so much. So I decided to up the tempo to 124, which is where it is. And that's not a huge jump, but I did have to re-record pretty much everything. So everything that wasn't a software instrument, I had to re-record. And some of the software instruments I ended up re-recording anyway, like the piano parts I did on the keyboard connected to my computer, because it's way easier to do that and play on my keyboard that connects to my computer than to play on my acoustic piano. And I ended up re-recording those anyway. So it became really hard, and it took so long because I had to re-record so much stuff. Like, so much stuff. So that was another part of the issue. I think the other part of the issue that made this really hard to record was the time change. Although, I think if that was the only thing, that wouldn't be that big of an issue. The last thing that made this really hard to record was the melody I wrote. This song relies on my lower register a lot. And I didn't really realize in writing it until I was recording how much I am sitting on like my bottom note. It's not really technically the lowest note I can hit, but it is the lowest note. It is the D below middle C, so D3. And it is like the lowest note that I hit really consistently. And I spent a lot of time on that note. I can go a little lower, but not a whole lot. So I'm like at the very bottom of my range. And when I was recording it, I truly realized how much time I spend on that note. The whole part that's like, no longer hiding what I feel. I don't think I actually got all the way down. I think I was in a different key. But that whole part is like D. Like it's like D, F, D, F, something like that. I should remember the notes, but I don't right now. It's fine. So I'm sitting in that range, and that ended up being hard. So that was the other thing that made this recording process hard. But now it's done, and I'm going to be talking about this piece so much because I worked on it so much. So you're welcome. I hope you don't mind. And I really, really hope you enjoy the song. My composition degree is too embedded in my brain. I hope you really enjoy the song. It is not a piece of classical music. It is a pop song. I am working on a lot of pieces of classical music. If you are interested in hearing about those, I will probably be talking about them soon. And one last thing before I go. The last thing that made it hard for me to record this song that I just remembered was having to find the right vowel shape, because I didn't want to splat my vowels, but I also didn't want to be so regal and very operatic with my vowels, because that didn't work for this song either. So I kind of had to find a mix that worked, and that's one thing that I maybe would have wanted to spend more time thinking about before I started recording, but honestly kind of only thought about after I started recording. So that's how it goes. That's a lesson for next time. And like I said, I hope you really enjoy the song. It comes out on August 9th. You can pre-save it if you want to at the link below. I hope you really enjoy it. I worked really hard on it. And I will talk to you later. Bye!